Hey everybody, welcome back to Tavern Talks. You can see him. I'm back. Look at that. It's crazy. I hope Jacob's been doing a great job here over at the channel for the last couple weeks, as I've been off doing other crazy things that I probably just burning myself out. But it's okay. We'll make it. We're gonna make it through this. Tonight, of course, we have a wonderful new guest, and a honor to have her here with us this evening, since I've known LB for quite a few years now, and we've just never had her on the channel for some reason. I don't know. I had to resolve that. That was a big issue. But we've got LB here tonight. We're going to talk about all of their tabletop experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly, that kind of fun stuff, and all the things that maybe you as a game master or a player might get as ideas to help make your game better. But before we do that, of course, we're going to drop our sponsors here in the channel, and that way we can shout those out real fast. Of course, our first one is Monument Studios, who, since this is the first time I've been back in the channel for a couple weeks now, is not running at the moment, but I'll get that up and running in just a second because we're a professional stream here. And yeah, so you can go check them out. They give amazing audio, sounds, and one-shots. Features and sound effects, and they're just fantastic people. Also, we have our wonderful Canadian dice. They make all the nice little fun click clacks for you to roll on at your table. We also have our friends over at Dungeon Grandmaster, who is our official TTRPG apparel company that has been making the Tabletop Misfits logo and the Beaker Builds logo for the last 2 years. And last but not least, and this is a crazy one for those that like to paint, Last Hope Printing has given us a whopping 40% off an entire order using the code Misfits. And that's for minis and paints that they produce. It's crazy. It's a lot. But yeah, so we're back. We're back here at the tavern. We're going to have some fun tonight. And to start us off, I'm just going to kind of get a brief, less than 500 no, I'm kidding.
I come on your show and you make fun of me.
It's all in love and fun. Albie, what do you do in this space? Because there's a lot.
Yeah. I am a player in many games, D&D, and many other different systems, and I do run games on my own channel. Anything from Monster of the Week to Teens with Attitude to the Fallout TTRPG system. So I do a lot of GMing, a lot of playing characters in other games. I've done anything from a 1 to 20 campaign or Daggerheart, which I'm in now. I've done D&D 5th edition and the 5.5? What are we calling it now?
I think it's
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
Whatever your fancy is.
But I've been in this space for a while. I've been playing TTRPGs. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since I was probably like 12. So I've been doing this for a while, and I very much enjoy it. So that's what I do. Lots of stuff.
Awesome. And we're going to dive into that a little bit, because that's one of my first questions I love to ask people, which is, what is your first experience with tabletop? What was it?
Yeah, so I had my older brother, who's 2 years older than me, where he was very nerdy and still is. He's a programmer, but he had a lot of like friends who were into nerdy stuff. They played Magic the Gathering, and I would sit there and look at the cards while they were playing it. But they started getting into Dungeons and Dragons, and 3.5. I have my original book back on my shelf, but they offered for me to go play with them, and I read the whole player's handbook from front to back before I started playing in it. Maybe I didn't get into too much detail on all this stuff, but I was like, I need to know how to do this. And it was such an interesting like looking book also that I just got really into it. So I did that, and then played games outside of it. And then again, my brother worked in the video game industry, still does. And I got into hanging out with his friends when I was in college, and I just so happened to work in a place where one of our coworkers had a office dog, and there was an office dog downstairs. That office, the one from downstairs, was a friend Sir Lucian, who did streaming stuff, and he asked if I wanted to be on the channel. I was like, yeah, awesome. Met one of my best friends there, Indoor Adventures or Simon, and he got me on his channel. And I was like, I guess I could stream. That sounds fun. And that's kind of how it all started. So
Awesome. So it seems like Dungeons and Dragons kind of took you by surprise right off the
Mhm.
bat.
Mhm.
What was it's always interesting to find out though, what is the one thing that just kept you coming back? Because we play video games and we play them for a little while and then we put them
Mm.
down and then we go grab a different video game, or we have other hobbies and you pick those up and you put them down. But for some
Mm.
reason, Dungeons and Dragons is one of those just very
Mm.
addicting scenarios where you just continue to come back and forth.
Yeah.
What was that to you? What made you come back?
Well, you see, I am not that sort of ADHD. I am the latch on to one thing for a long time. Like I still play Fallout 4. Like that's what I do. So I found like I liked the characters, I liked the classes and just pretending to be someone else. Was not I was a theater kid, but I was more of a music kid, but I was also had my feet in the theater kid. So I liked being able to like be someone else for a while. I think the druid class really like pulled me in. And being able to cast spells and like turn into an animal. I was young when I started, obviously, so I was like, yes, I could be a bear. That's awesome. And so I just really kind of latched onto that. But as the years went on, I think it's because I knew so much about it that I was like, yes, I love this. I want to continue to do it. And then fourth edition came out, and I was like, I don't like this at all. Which no shame, no hate to anyone who loves fourth edition. One of my dear friends does. We play the game. I still don't like it, and that's okay. Everyone, different strokes for different folks. But when fifth edition came out, and like it was similar, but easier to get other people into it, that's kind of when I was like, okay, I know enough about this. I know how to tell a story. How can I get my friends who don't haven't played this before into it, because I know enough about it that I can help them with their characters. And then from there, I think there wasn't really any other option at the time, at least from my point of view. Like there was definitely plenty of different TTRPGs, and then it started really becoming a bigger thing when I started like Monster of the Week and different systems. Like, oh my God, there's so many different stories that could be told, or like characters that I could play. That's kind of what really drew me in and keeps me in, that I'm like, okay, well, who can I be this time? Like, how can I make this completely different from any other character that I've played, and like
Mhm.
personality wise and vibe. But I mean, the only through line is that my characters don't really care about money almost ever. So but beyond that, it's just like, how can I push myself to be someone different in
Right.
one way or the other?
Yeah, no. That's interesting. None of the characters care about money, so what the some of the driving factors have got to
Hmm.
shift pretty drastically in certain games.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so that's interesting. And then you did state that you are not just a player; you are a game master.
Hmm.
Um, when did that change happen?
Well, the first time I GM'd was for a group of girls. I did a pole exercise class, and so a bunch of them were really nerdy, and I was like, "Do you guys want to try D&D?" And they're like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I ran a game for them, which was in person, and then it ended up going on to YouTube when I moved down to Florida. And we just kind of continued on from there. And I was like, okay, I actually like this. Like, I tested out a few things. Like, I'm not a module girly. I can't really
Mhm.
run modules that well. I want to do too much extra and accumulate the character stuff into the game more, and like make it really interesting for the players, as opposed to like, okay, yes, you've done A, now let's go to B. So I think it was a lot of I did go to school for creative writing, so that's always kind of been in my blood to tell a story. And I think I just started coming up with different scenarios, different stories. I'd watch a show and I'd want to put something into a scenario, and I was like, who wants to play with me? Who wants to be in my little box that I can like maneuver pieces around in?
It's wonderful. Um, did not know you were a creative writing major, so that's awesome. What is something about creative writing, specifically going to school for it, that has helped you in tabletop gaming?
One of the biggest things that I learned when going to school for creative writing is writing for your audience. And whether that is like you're doing a very specific, like I'm doing a novel for teens, or I'm doing a novel for people who understand science, or, knowing who is going to be reading it. That is a very big aspect in how I approach writing in general and how I approach GMing. And like, if I'm playing with a group of people who are super role play heavy and want to be super serious, I'm not going to tell the same story as I would with my group of really goofy friends who just want to do Scooby-Doo and be crazy all the time. So I think that aspect of like, it is for me in that I'm telling my story, but it is mostly for my players so that they can have fun in the world that I've created. And how can I add like character aspects into the game so that they feel validated, or they feel like they're doing stuff. Like whenever I run a Monster of the Week one shot, I always try to get the characters early so that I can, okay, well, what did you choose? What playbooks and what moves, so that I can put it in there and like make it so that, okay, well, yes, you chose somebody who's going to be driving. I'm not going to have it like a session that is just in one place. You're going to be able to drive, like that sort of thing. So
I got you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we've got multiple games, multiple play, and multiple characters. Let's start with the character side of things first. Who would you say is the most unique character you've played so far?
Ooh, I'm as far as personality goes, because I'm playing, like if I'm playing a shifter or something that's very unique because they have that sort of thing. I think that one of the characters that I'm playing right now in a Daggerheart game, she is a witch, and she is very secretive about her heritage because she wears a mask and fully cloaked all the time, because she is a creature that feeds off of people's fear. And in our game, the entities, the celestial figures, are creatures that feed off of emotions. So her entity is fear. And what's the scariest thing? Well, something that you don't know, like the shadow in the dark. So she feeds off of that a lot. So with that character, her accent shifts like from sentence to sentence sometimes, and her personality is sometimes it's like, I'm going to poke you and see how scared I can make you of me, and sometimes it's more reserved because she didn't always have that part of her. She like understands, like this last episode that we did, one of the characters who is a Warforged in Daggerheart, he experienced fear for the first time. And instead of like feeding off of him and like pushing him into that fear more, she was like, I understand this is a lot and this is the first emotion you're feeling. Let me help you through it, as opposed to just dealing with it and making it worse. Because for her, it's not just like she's going to feed off of fear of people who are afraid of her and are lesser than her and her friends. But if she is your friend and she doesn't believe that you need to be pushed out of that fear, she's going to be more gentle with you, I think.
Right. Well, that's interesting. So you have this character who feeds on fear, but yet you can see they also have the envision of understanding what would happen if somebody is actually extremely feared or fearful. That's interesting. How are you liking, because I haven't played a lot of it yet, but how are you liking Daggerheart?
It's good. I do get a twinge of the 4th edition, because when you, like, I have the cards here, you have the spells that you cast and the things that you do are just like, you do this one thing and then you do the other thing, as opposed to it being more freeform and more role play heavy. It is quite role play heavy, but if I have like I want to impose fear upon somebody, there's not like I can't just necessarily roll for that without, working with my GM. Okay, well, how does that work? How does that look like? It's more of like, okay, what move am I using to do that? It's good. I really like the D12 system, 2 D12s, and then you have your hope and your fear dice. If your hope dice is higher in the 2 numbers, then you get a hope, which allows you to cast spells or do certain like aspects to your character. If you roll with fear, very similar to the Fallout TTRPG, the GM gets a fear point and then can use that to like pull focus or do an extra attack or stuff like that. So
okay.
I like that aspect to it a lot too. So
Nice.
I'm still getting my toes wet, but it is very fun so far.
Something about the feet thing. I mean, this is the second time. First, we're feeding the kids.
I live in Florida. I don't wear shoes ever.
Dip your toes in the water.
Dip your toes in.
No, right. That is really fun to know, though, because I haven't heard anybody compare Daggerheart to Fallout yet, and I'm learning Fallout right now, so I was like,
I love Fallout. It's so complicated to talk about, though. Like, when you try to explain to somebody Fallout for the first time, you're like, okay, so there's 4 steps to rolling, but it's actually really simple once you do it. But when I explain it to you, it's not going to make a lot of sense until you actually do it.
There's a few games like that. Pendragon's another one. That's another one. It's like, oh, well, you have to, because you have a succeed or you have an opposing roll, and one depending on what's happening. And it's like, huh? Like, yeah. Let's go through this together and we're gonna make this work. And they're like,
we'll do a test combat and we'll see how it goes.
And that's what we did for our mini series that we're working on right now. And it was like, oh, we're gonna run through a 30-minute test event. And everybody's like, oh, it all makes sense now. Like, exactly. It's all I needed. Yeah. Just needed you to follow me through for just a little bit. What is something, because Fallout's not one I've played yet. I try to play a game at a convention before I decide if I'm going to run it on a stream or if I'm going to run it in my personal. What is it about Fallout other than the story itself? Because I do know you are a huge Fallout fan. Yes. Other than the story itself, what do you like about the Fallout TTRPG?
So the way the rolling system works is that you have your special, which are your stats, like your strength, your agility, and that sort of stuff, and then you have your skills that you have, and they are attached in a way. So like if you're doing like an athletics thing, you're going to use your strength or whatever it is for it, but it's not necessarily fixed in stone. So if somebody's like, I want to try to open this door, okay, how are you going to do that? Describe it to me. Or like you can kind of like have them pull for something like, okay, well, I want to do it with like my intelligence and also whatever, and then you can add those scores together, and if it works out, then you can describe to them. So it's a little bit more like way to role play through it, as opposed to just like D&D can sometimes be very like restrictive and like, well, you failed your strength check, that's it. But in the Fallout system, you can say, okay, well, how are you going to approach this? Sell me on what you want to roll, and we'll go from there, and we'll see how difficult it is. Because if like you're trying to open a door and you want to like take out the pins from the door as opposed to like break it down or lock pick it or something like that, the difficulty is going to be a little different. Not too much, because it's only like 1 through 4, so it's not a huge difference. But it allows the players to give a little bit more freedom in how they play it, and I think that it gives just a little bit extra leniency to the GM of like how you want to play a certain thing. And also in the difficulty, they get AP from like over succeeding on rolls. And you can set the difficulty to 0. So if it's something that you want them to do, or it's like, okay, that it's not going to be very difficult, this is a very like wooden door that has been like weathered by time and a nuclear blast, like it's going to be really easy. So set the difficulty to 0, which gives them an opportunity to get more points that they can use later to do cooler things.
Okay, so there's a point system on top of it as well. So the players get AP points, action points, and they get up to 5 or 6 for the team. So they have to coordinate and work together. Okay, can I use an extra an extra action point to do extra damage on this attack? But they do get it back quite quickly. So like it's better, you want to encourage them to use them. And if they do like fail things, the GM gets action points, and you get to do things and like add extra damage or do better on attack sort of thing. So I think that's very fun. This is interesting because this kind of blends. To me, it's like a blend between Vampire the Masquerade, because you take 2 different stats and you stack them together, and then Essence 20 with Power Rangers because it's story points. So it's like it's just smash both of these together, and this is how we're playing. Fallout.
Well, so I have a question too, because you said you're a big Fallout 4 fan. I too am a very big Fallout 4 fan. What is your favorite part in Fallout 4, and have you been able to implement that into your game somewhere?
Oh, it's all of the like extra stuff, all of these set dressings and like the skeletons like in random places that, or the machines that tell a story. So I, in my game, have had things where it's like, hey, you hear a holotape that has to do with like something else, or like a random crazy thing that happened while this like was going on. It's like the storytelling that happens like outside of like the linear gameplay. I had one in a hospital, and it was like, hey, we're going to be doing a Halloween party, so, you know, make sure that you all dress up. And it's like, but also you're still on the clock, so like if you get stuff on your outfit, make sure you have your scrubs. Like, it's going to be so fun, but also you're still working. Like have that sort of extracurricular storytelling stuff that like pre-war, like putting skeletons in really weird places is always super fun for me. Yeah, I also like really doing like soundboard stuff. So like having recordings of like machines, or like I have my dear friend D does the voice of the radio DJ in my world, and so I'll have him do like, usually depending on how long it is, I'll have him do like one at the beginning that's like, hey, this is what's going on in the city, and then have him do one in the middle where it's like, this is what's been going on, these crazy people are going around and like fighting weird monsters and stuff, I don't know what that's up, what's going on with that, and then also eat the squirrels, they're great, like have them do advertisements and stuff. So I really enjoy that sort of stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love little things like that you can do, or like if you like hand out special things or whatever, that's always fun to me and stuff, because then whenever you finish the game or whatever, you can always keep that stuff with you. So if you sent people like bottle caps or whatever, and they were like, yeah, I'm going to use this bottle cap as an AP point or something like that representation. Is there anything that you've added from like another Fallout game into? Because I haven't gotten that far into the system to know like what other monsters. Because one of my upsets with like Fallout 4 is that things from Fallout 3, like the geckos, the geckos aren't in it.
Yeah, it's all regional, and that's what like. So my Fallout game takes place in the 313, which is Detroit. Because there's not a lot of canonical lore that happens there, so I'm allowed to do more. Like, I can do whatever I want, but like it makes me feel better because I know so much about the lore that, you know, I add the pipe pistols in, and I add Roborilla, which is a thing that's in the games. But I can kind of do whatever I want. So in my Fallout game, instead of like putting the monsters that are in the system, and I do have a couple that came up, I made my own creatures. So it's Michigan, it's, you know, connected to Canada. I made moose like that are crazy, and they have like their horns are like down on their side, like called bulldozers. They're called hugags. And then I have wahele, which are based off of a creature from Canadian lore that is based off of the wolves that would have mutated. And then I have honkers, which are the geese, which are a little bit smaller, and they have like sharp teeth, and they travel in packs. So I've added quite a few things from what I would think would be Midwestern lore into my Fallout game, because I just think that's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The fact you added geese into it alone is terrifying.
Yes.
Did you hear though? They're small. They're smaller.
Yeah. They're smaller,
imagine,
but travel in packs.
Imagine like rat-sized geese with sharp teeth.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
There was a great moment in that game where, again, I have sound cues and stuff where one of my players, like, her whole thing was like, she's terrified of honkers. So she was having a conversation with somebody else in the group, and I kind of started playing this sound cue that was like a goose in the distance. And then it was a bunch of geese coming in, and she started freaking out in character, like, get down, everybody, they're coming.
I don't know if I'd want to get down with that one. Then you'd be here, right in your face.
No, stay away, stay up, kick them. You have to kick them.
Punt them away. Yes, Danny and Sneakernet were in that game.
Yeah, they're both fucking hoggers. Are they as obnoxious as like a real goose? Like,
they're as aggressive as real geese, that's for sure. I think I had like 8 of them attack them at once. And
oh god.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a whole flock.
It's a whole flock. Run. All I can say, run.
Usually should.
Hope you brought your Mr. Handy with you.
Yeah. The buzzsaw, yeah. That's also a fun thing. If you play a Mr. Handy, you can kind of change out your gear. So you instead of having the flamethrower, you could have like 2 buzzsaws or whatever. But that's another story.
Nice. So, what's the latest tabletop adventure you've dove into?
So we did a while ago, we did the Kaiju Commandos, which is our version of Power Rangers. We did it with Glitter Hearts at first. The first season was Glitter Hearts, and then we shifted season 2, which was a different group of people, into Teens with Attitude, which allowed us to be a little bit more like cheesy and chintzy with it. So, but it's not technically Power Rangers because I feel like I don't know enough about like the actual Power Rangers lore to do it, but it is Power Rangers adjacent, where all of their like mystical coins are kaiju instead of like dinosaurs or something like that. So they all had this connection with a kaiju, and I let them pick. And we had quite a few interesting and cool ones. Like we had the classics like Godzilla and Ghidorah and King Kong and stuff. And then we had somebody pick Amhulak, which is only in the comics, and then Dogura, which is a kaiju from like, it's like a crazy pole. It's like it looks like a jellyfish. It is actually like an amoeba sort of thing that eats carbon. I did a whole deep dive in all of them because I love kaiju. But they got to interact with those kaiju, and the first season was Power Rangers X Terminator, because the threat came back. It was an AI from the future who had defeated them before, and the people who were helping the Kaiju Commandos sent someone back in time to like train them up so that by the time that the AI got to that point, they could defeat them. But the AI came back too, so they had to fight it sooner than they thought. But they were younger and they managed to do it. And then the second season was Power Rangers X Predator, and they had to fight a actual commando who had like captured a bunch of different coins from other kaiju. So he had like Jet Jaguar and stuff, like along with Gigan, who was his creature that he connected with. And they had to fight. They had to go within themselves to find their extra power. And they went off and destroyed this hunter. That was after them. Yes.
Because we don't want to copyright anything.
Yeah, we shouldn't infringe.
No infringement.
Yes.
Awesome. What made you pick Teens with Attitudes? What was that shift about?
I was looking at I know you guys play the actual Power Rangers game. And I think once I started looking into the system and all of like, it feels very 5th edition in complexity of things, and I was like, I want something a little bit simpler, because I know this group that I was playing with is a little bit, they're goofy and they like to like freeform stuff, and I'm totally down with that. And I feel like if we learned like a new crunchy system, it would have like bogged it down too much. And it was only 4 episodes, so I didn't want it to be like all focusing on that. And then once we got into it, it was like, okay, hit Gigan with a chair. Love it. Let's go.
Hit him with a chair. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah. So it gave a little bit leeway as far as like, you have your moves. It's a lot simpler. It's 2d6, so you don't have to worry about all of like the mecha stuff. Like you do in a sense, but it's like, okay, instead of doing 1d6 damage, you're doing 2d6 damage, and like it's just not quite as bogged down. And if I was playing like a long form game, I'd love to get into it, but since we wanted to be so like 90s Power Rangers, I think that worked out really well for us.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that definitely sounds like it went really well. Well, speaking of monsters and speaking of Power Rangers, tonight we have the monster. As long as I can get it to work this evening, we'll see if we can bring it back because I know Jacob didn't have it.
It's the Godzilla roar.
It's the Godzilla roar. That is not the right one once again.
But that sounded Godzilla-y.
All of my Godzilla stuff is in my other room. I only have my Fallout stuff here.
Let's try this again. There we go.
We actually.
Yeah.
Me and my partner Zach wrote a transformation song. So we took the Godzilla theme and put it into like a Power Ranger style song for it. So like when they did their first transformation, I kind of like narrated over it, and it was like this metal thing. Zach has a guitarist and I know a drummer, and we like recorded it and got it going. It was very fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the monster has attacked or has arrived, which means we get to find out who LB is bringing to the tavern this evening. So what monster are we talking about tonight?
Oh, the one I told you about?
The one you told me about.
I gave you two.
You gave me two. We can go with...
It was a honker. You know that.
It was your choice.
Okay. So a purple dragon is one. Purple dragons are not in 5th edition, but were in previous editions of Dungeons and Dragons. They kind of have a combination. So when they use their breath weapon, it is plasma, and it is devastating. And they also have like this interesting, like they cut their way into mountains and that sort of stuff. So like there's a lot of really interesting lore that goes into them. I had a monster that I brought into one of my D&D games. His name was Chester, and Chompy. He was a T-Rex in Cholt who wished to be a dragon, and the dragon that he wished to be was a purple dragon. So he was a T-Rex with wings and spit plasma breath and did not have the intelligence of a dragon, but was like, yeah, they hoard stuff. So
was he purple?
He was purple.
Okay.
He was a big purple dinosaur.
Big purple dinosaur.
But the other one is my favorite cryptid, which is Mothman, obviously. There are plenty of great cryptids out there, and no shame to any of them. But no one has the cheeks that Mothman does. And his whole thing is he is a harbinger of doom. If you don't know, Point Pleasant had a bridge collapse, and there was a lot of Mothman sightings that happened before that, and they attributed it to like Mothman was warning them about it because it didn't really happen after that. Probably because a devastating thing happened in the town and nobody's worried about this cryptid that is around.
Yeah, that's around now.
But if you look into if you watch Mothman media, there is one movie that talks about it, and they're like, oh yeah, there's this other thing that happened in Russia. It was Chernobyl. That Mothman was there too. It's like I feel like the difference between like a bridge collapsing, yes, it killed a lot of people, and I know obviously it's awful, but like if he was gonna be like a harbinger of doom and like protecting people from these effects, I feel like he should have been a little bit more present there than here. He's got priorities. I don't know if they're in the right place. Just be like, but also he's in Fallout.
Just be like, I was waiting so long for this bridge. I made it to Chernobyl late.
Yeah.
Didn't Do you know how hard it is to fly?
Sorry.
Yeah. You know how hard it is to fly over the Pacific at this time?
Yeah.
Come on.
Mother Russia wouldn't let us in,
Yeah.
I had to stop and get a scarf.
Yes, but I mean, if I'm going to have a drink with somebody, it's probably going to be Mothman, because he's going to hold it down and probably attract many things to him, or be attracted to many things. He'd be fun either way.
Fun either way.
So the funny thing I have to tell you is on my work computer right now, I actually have Mothman, the movie, the Mothman
Chronicles.
Mothman Chronicles geared up at work right now. That's
Sorry,
my movie
spoiler.
for tomorrow.
Oh my god. I mean, I could go into it, but there's a character in that if you don't like, there's a human that runs around and kind of is like another sort of harbinger. Look him up afterwards because his lore is also fascinating.
Interesting.
Maybe he's secretly a Mothman Power Ranger in disguise.
Maybe. Ooh, yeah, a cryptid. Power Rangers as cryptids would be very cool too.
Yeah.
I let my players pick. So
Cryptids as Power Rangers, or Power Rangers as cryptids?
Both.
One then the other.
One then the other. We'll do a reverse version.
Yeah.
It'd be great. I don't know which one is the verse and which one is the reverse, but we'd figure it out. I guess the first one.
Yeah.
So one of the things I love to do with this is to dive into some of the lore on these monsters and show people how they can utilize them in their game.
Yeah.
With specifically the Mothman being this harbinger of devastation and you know, prophecy, almost this and destruction. It'd be really cool to use one as this like foreshadowed character, like just shows up randomly. Have you done anything like that?
Yeah, kind of using him as like, I would think using him as like a red herring would be very interesting, because like, especially like, I'm thinking Monster of the Week, having people brought in and be like, okay, people are seeing this creature, it's red eyes, it's flying, it's like people getting in car accidents, it's awful, something goes on, so they end up finding it, capturing it, whatever it is, like trying to hunt it, and then they realize that, oh shit, this thing is actually trying to warn people. It is not the bad thing that's happening. Look over there at this devastation that's happening. That's the bad thing.
That's the bad thing.
And having, I mean, I feel like giving him a voice and having him be like, this, like, no, please, I'm just here to warn you. People do not understand my visage, or like, you know, like have that sort of aura to him.
Yeah.
Or you could go the funny route and him and be like, what the fuck, dude? I am just trying to help. And you all are just trying to fucking hunt me. Like, everyone keeps running away from me, and I'm trying to tell people that this bad thing's gonna happen. No one's fucking listening to me.
This guy keeps shooting at me. Like, I don't see the point. I'm trying to tell you this is gonna happen, and you keep shooting at me.
I'm a mystical fucking creature. What do you think you're gonna do? You got a gun? Ooh, so scary.
So I found one for this because my partner actually likes Mothman quite a bit too.
Yeah.
And so I found one on the internet that was like a race that you could play, I think called the Lunarian something.
Yeah.
And they're moth people.
Yeah.
And so I had made like a one-shot campaign to see if maybe later on she would want me to like write more on it.
Yeah.
But the idea was that, because she really wanted to play a Mothman, was that she was Mothman and she was going around all these different places, and people knew because of all this stuff tied into it, but Mothman themselves didn't know that they were the harbinger.
Oh no.
So they would show up and they were like,
me?
why do you hate me? And what happened over there? Like, same thing. Why did that bridge collapse? I don't know.
I just got here.
Everywhere I go. Yeah, everywhere I go, shit happens. You guys seem to make shit better.
Yeah, you could make it that that character does actually bring bad things. Like, they have this like aura about them that like causes terrible things to happen, and they don't know. And it's just like, oh, wherever I go, bad things happen. I don't know. Like, I just happen to be there when it happens. I think it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Can you imagine playing a full one shot where everybody is playing the Mothman, but like, and it's just you picking an area. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to this kingdom, and then all of a sudden, you know, this guy jumps off the roof. You know, a plague is hit, and you're just like, man, I'm just here for a drink.
It happens out of nowhere. And like, what if the person that jumped is the king, and you're like, well, just yesterday before you guys arrived, he was in perfect health.
Yeah.
You know, going to the gym 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Like,
we've had 100 years of prosperity.
And had 100 years of prosperity, and somehow the plague has hit us overnight. Like,
our king has died. There's a meteor coming at us.
Yeah.
What all is going on?
You guys need to fix this.
And then it's just literally that flip. It's like, you need to fix it. Like, crap.
Yeah.
and you find out that you're actually connected to some sort of divine being that is nothing but like chaos and whatnot. So it's like, oh, you now have to release yourself from that chaos in order to provide that opportunity.
Yes. Now we're cooking.
Yeah. Mothman is a patron.
Well, no, Mothman is the
player.
The player, and the patron is the
just
chaos.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's just Cthulhu. Nothing crazy, just Cthulhu.
Yeah. No big deal.
So we've kind of broken down Mothman in a really unique way of being like, oh, this would actually be a fun character to play, even though they're going to go through absolute hell to deal with throughout the entirety of the game. But let's dive back to this purple dragon, because it's actually a monster I haven't had a lot of experience with myself.
Yeah.
So what is the lore behind it? Like, where did this come from in comparison to your chromatics or your metallic dragons?
Yeah, I believe it's a jewel tone. So this is something I learned from the Dungeon Dad, Josiah, a dear friend of mine. He does a lot of Monster of the Week stuff, not the game system, but he takes monsters from past versions of Dungeons and Dragons and ports them into 5th edition. So he talks about the lore and how they come about and stuff like that. I believe a purple dragon is one of the gemstones, and it is sort of a mesh between lightning and fire. So that's why they have the plasma, the blue, and the red, which makes purple. And I know that they like to, they are in darkness quite often. They have a darkness effect around them. They are one of the more secluded and dangerous ones because they are more interested in hoarding and destruction than anything else. They're not really one of those dragons that you would like approach and like try to bargain with or anything like that. They more just want to either be left alone or to destroy. So if there is a purple dragon in your area, you're kind of effed. Otherwise they are just going to take things over. So they're more of the scary one, like a regular chromatic dragon, I think.
Yeah, it kind of sounds similar to the natural feeling of a white dragon, because like they don't really have a lot of. They're smart, but they're not like obnoxiously smart. Like you've got black dragons and red dragons that have extreme intelligence, and a lot of them will take on additional forms just to confuse their player, to confuse people and stuff like that. This one sounds more like I know what I am, and I'm going to kill you if you show up. Like it's just kind of where it's at.
I was trying to see where in conjunction they were related to the amethyst dragons, if they were maybe like kind of the same thing or not. But it is weird, like unless they did kind of flavor text it and change it to an amethyst dragon, which would be gems. The weird thing that is in D&D is how we also still have the reference to like the purple dragon knights of Cormyr, or like the purple dragon knights, and it's like we still have those. So if you killed off the purple dragons in 5e, why do we still have these knights and everything that represent that dragon?
Yeah.
Well, it could just be that they're underground or something like that. I mean, like, there's so many things that they have not ported over to 5th edition, like in the lore and stuff like that, that it's like, I mean, it doesn't mean they're not out there. Plus, we have like the multiverse, and like lunar dragons are a thing in space, and in like, you know, warfare in space. Those are fun. Like, that's cool. They could just be, you know, hoarding their wealth underground, and anyone who like goes to find them does not live to tell the tale.
Yeah, absolutely not. And if you, you know, I brought it up because I got really, you know, I'm going to dive down this rabbit hole for a little bit as well.
You're welcome.
Yeah, right.
Feet first.
And I go. So one of the cool things about this is that a lot of times they're actually misrepresented. So like if you're in, they look very similar to a black dragon, but they don't have certain features to it. Or a deep dragon, which is another interesting creature within the Underdark. Most of these are within the Underdark. The cool thing for this, though, is the treasure that they store. Rare maps and cartographic tools. That's what they're hoarded.
Yeah. Yes,
so
I forgot about that. Yeah,
it's lore. It's
knowledge.
It's stories and knowledge. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just gold and silver and stuff like that. The other one that makes me laugh is magical items used to withstand heat. That is
They would have to. Yes.
Like, they're like, oh, this thing melts. Crap. Well, that's not useful.
I mean, maybe they got them and then they're just gone
didn't
now.
last very long because whoop, it's gone now.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah, that's interesting because it kind of reminds me when you watch How to Train Your Dragon, how like Toothless just burns those holes into things. And it's like, oh yeah, you would need some sort of item that could withstand that. Otherwise, he would just burn through everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's nifty.
Yeah, it talks about their like because they live in tunnels.
Yeah.
And they just burn their way through stone, and it's all like obsidian, so it's hard to move in their area because it's slick.
Yeah.
And like that sort of stuff. And they also it's very dark. So yeah, their layers are really cool.
Yeah. I mean, you can think about it. You've got sharp, you've got dark. Not to mention, what a cool idea for a player to run into like the entrance to this, because it's not going to look like anything else you've ever seen. Because even a black dragon isn't burning through obsidian. Like, you're like, oh wait, that's not the normal rock. Like, how did somebody get through this rock? Like, what is going on in here? And then of course curiosity will kill you. But
methinks also a really fun thing for that would be if purple dragons moved north. And another name for the obsidian that they have is Chartolin.
I don't know that reference. I don't feel like
Chartolin is a magical ore that was created in Icewind Dale.
Oh yes, okay, yes, understood.
Yeah,
very good. I think it's also fun to throw like dragons. Like if you're gonna throw a dragon at your players, make it something that they don't know what the fuck it is. Like I threw a lunar dragon egg at my characters, and they're like, "This is cool. I don't know what this is." And the guy who was selling it to him was like, "You don't want that. That is like they're very protective of their young. Very protective of you. Don't. If they're gonna hunt you forever now, like you're fucked. Sorry."
Where'd you get that? I don't know, but it's yours now. Here, you have it.
Yeah, you can have it.
Why are you selling it? Well, now I know why you're selling it, because you're trying to get me to get rid of it so that I don't have to be the hunted anymore.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. What other cool things do we know about that? What other cool ways can we use this purple dragon? I like the idea you had of what about, like, where does the purple dragon come from compared to the purple dragons of Cormyr, which is where the purple dragon knights come from. Would this have been something simple as, they got a hold of an egg and it just slowly over time was raised outside of the darkness of the Underdark? Or is there a direct connection between the knights of Cormyr and the Underdark that we could tie it together? Be interesting to see which direction that would lead.
I mean, you could even have them tunnel out of the Underdark for one reason or another. Like if they need like to be in a volcano to hatch their eggs, then they tunnel up through the Underdark into the material plane, and they just happen to be there. Or if you're off planet, like if you are in a different realm, in the realm of fire or whatever it is, between the planes, you find one living there, and the land between fire and it would have to be rock. Yes.
I don't know. That does give me a really cool idea, though, on the tunneling thing. If you had, for whatever reason, they all left, and then you had kind of a Spelljammer campaign where they went into space and everybody thinks they landed on, like, the moon or something.
Yeah.
And you find out that it's actually just a big crater or a big thing that used to be, like, kind of like a moon, a pseudo-moon, I guess, that the purple dragons actually, like, took over and live on. And so now you have this big thing they land on. They're like, "Oh, we're on the moon," and you're like, "I'm not sure if the moon is slick." Okay,
right?
I mean, they do really enjoy darkness, so that would be like going into space would make a lot of sense for them, and it'd be very hard to spot them because of their aura. So, like, you just are flying around in your Spelljammer ship, and then all of a sudden you are surrounded by darkness, and then you see this purple laser coming at you out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, or you that weird terror when you I mean, movies do it all the time, but you know, when like you're flying and there's all this darkness and then the eye opens and you're like,
yes.
Or you think it's a comet and they're coming back just to feed.
yeah.
Yes.
They just
Ooh.
shoo, and you're like, oh,
Mhm.
look, a comet, make a wish. No, that's really a purple dragon.
Yeah, it's really a purple
Yeah.
dragon, and he's about to just lay waste to everything that's underneath that, whatever that laser is.
He's going to the ocean. He needs some fish.
Yeah.
Or he could
Something
be
like that.
looking for more for his horde, so like going into a library or like a place that has a lot of maps and that sort of thing. Like he's going to raid something or the other and you have to go protect it, or like even it already happened and you have to go get that stuff back. That'd be a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Like, well, can you imagine seeing the devastation of a purple dragon going in there and be like, you have to help us. This thing took all of our stuff. And you're like, the thing that did that? No, thank you. Like, there was a hole in your house.
There's a hole
house.
in your library
It's
that
melted.
is that he just burned through.
And I also like the fact, because we've had a gold dragon on the show, about how like a gold dragon in human form was over a library.
Yeah.
If a purple dragon was over like a cartographer area.
Yeah.
And they had like their own, like maybe like pseudo telescope or something, and they're like, yeah, I'm here, I'll help you with this, but I need you to go to this other area and get me some maps. You know, something like that.
I definitely agree that hordes are a good way to bring quests very easily into a game. It's like, oh, I need you to go out here and do this because I need this. The downfall is going to be, you know, when they return, they're like, oh, here's the map. And they're like, oh, well, where's my gift? And the guy turns into a purple dragon and then just burns you alive. And you're like, well, crap, that was not a very nice gift.
It's when you give people dragon marks and you let them all go on your way.
Yeah. The other cool thing, it just kind of dawned on me is like, what if that is the true thing? Like, we don't realize that the purple dragon knights are actually the bad guys because they literally go in during hatching season and snipe eggs so that they can make them into knights. Like, how terrifying would that be? It's like, and then the idea is just that the purple dragons are just, you know, just waiting their turn to wreck Cormyr just in shambles.
Yeah, do it again.
Yeah, like a rain of fire mentality where it's just like a herd of purple dragons flying towards Cormyr and just these lasers just striking through it.
It's just Godzilla. We're just back at Godzilla.
We are back at Godzilla right now.
True.
It's Godzilla -1 all over again.
Yeah.
Well, and I like that you said that, because the other thing is, if we do play like the polymorph aspect, what if all the Knights of Cormyr aren't actually human?
Yeah.
What if they're all purple dragons and they're hiding in the armor, just waiting for like, oh, there's a war? Yeah, we'll handle it. And then your war's done.
You only said 2 people.
Did you see Mothman? He was just here. That's why the purple
was just here.
I just like picturing Mothman as like a tourist with like sunglasses and he's got a little fanny pack on. Like, wow, this place is great. All right, let's go. And then just devastation.
Like, just steps back 2 steps,
and
then the laser goes right across him.
Oh, time to go.
Looks over, watches the first dragon, and then like feels a gust of wind. Where's his map at? He's like, the hell?
Gets just taken away by the breeze.
Yeah.
Or
my goodness, that's why
the dragon grabbed it and took it off.
Yeah.
For the for a fantasy game, though, wouldn't that be terrifying? It's like Mothman shows up with this map, and you don't realize that that's the map the dragons are chasing. So that's why everything is devastating. Because he's like, oh, I'm tracking this item here. Oh, cool. And as he gets ready to take off, it's like just a wreckage of nothing but this. It's like
purple dragons at Disney World taking all the "You Are Here" maps.
I love that. I love that. See, I love chintzy games like that. Like, what would they be after a Disney World? It's the maps. It's where you know, and then like going into the different lands and like collecting them all. They're also really into pins for no reason.
Do they care that they're different? Because one of the things that would make me laugh is a purple dragon going to like a restaurant or something. You know how like on some of like the little kid like placemats there's maps, and they're like, I need that one and that one, thank you, and that one, and they just start picking up all the placemats trying to like take it with them.
That'd be I mean, like, I don't think they go into human form very often, but that would be a good like little tidbit, like a little piece of knowledge for your players, and like the person that they've been talking to is like very interested in whatever maps they have, and like just adding those little bits of like foreshadowing as they go on.
Yeah, or
be prepared, players.
They turn into humans, but it's like to get from point A to point B. And then when like a map pops up anywhere, then the intense interest, they're like, oh my God, would you sell this to me? Would you give me this? And then the more like, if it was a kid and they're like, no, I'm not giving you this, then slowly like purple flame comes out a little more, the scales start, and the annoyance level starts having them turn back into the full purple dragon. So it's like, do we get out of here alive or not?
The kid's still just like, no, fuck you. This is my map.
This is my map.
Big,
you go away.
Solid dragon now. You can have the map.
And then you're eaten. Like at this point, like
melted. I don't know if they'd eat him.
Would he be melted? I think plasma's just like
disintegration. Yeah. I was being kind.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like the idea of like what plasma actually. I just think of the disintegrate spell. Like it's just there's nothing left. It's just, you're gone.
Yeah, I mean it's a mix between fire and electricity, and like I mean I think about it as like the Godzilla laser beam. Like it's I mean there is no radiation in. I mean I put radiation in my game, but there is no radiation like sickness or anything like that. I feel like that's what it would be. yeah,
it would be bad. It would be really bad.
This is where we have to be scared for your Fallout players, because now it's like, guys, I had this really great talk on Tavern Talks. Purple Dragon's coming in.
Purple Dragon's coming to Fallout.
They had Scorch Beast, so it's not unprecedented.
Yeah.
A couple dragons in it. The North is a dangerous place. You don't know.
The North is a dangerous place. All right. Well, we're in what we call happy hour at this point, which means this is when the audience gets to ask all the questions they've been waiting to ask the entire night. These can be as wacky or crazy as you'd like, preferably TTRPG based, but they don't have to be. And if our audience is quiet tonight, which does happen on occasion, we also have a wonderful set of rolled questions that we can roll on to continue our stories. Before we do that, though, Jacob, do you have any questions?
Do I?
I ask this every time, and it's the same response. Huh?
He's been asking as we've been going along.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not essentially a TTRPG question, but Fallout. I mean.
Yeah. Pop up.
I don't know. There's so many questions. I just love Fallout 2.
I know. I've been making my way through the lore. Do you watch Oxhorn?
No, I didn't
Oxhorn
even know.
has like 500 video. Well, probably more than that. He has covered all of the lore in Fallout. I'm currently making my way through New Vegas because I did play New Vegas for a charity stream a while back. I did not care for it personally. I didn't make it to Vegas, but I'm more of the explorer. Like I like to like check out houses and like and there's like none of that, at least in the beginning of Fallout New Vegas. So I was like, I'm not probably gonna continue this. I put like 200 hours into Fallout 4, like, and I have not finished. I finished one, and I've just been exploring the rest of them. But as far as like the TTRPG system goes, have you thought about like, if you played in it, what you would want to play?
See, that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know, because with the system, I'm still kind of stuck on the game, and how do I build my character for the game?
Yeah, it's so like the class that you choose isn't really that. It's not going to change that much. It's like if you're a survivor or a vault dweller or like a super mutant, whatever, like it does not change your stats that much. It kind of only changes, and it depends on what your where you're running it. Because like if you're going into like the Fallout 4 and you are playing a ghoul, well, you can't go into certain places because ghouls aren't allowed in there. And like you have to, which by the way, can I just say, I have the starter kit for the Fallout TTRPG game, and they do go into Diamond City, and you have the option of having a player be a ghoul, and there is no mention in the book about like how you handle that, which I think is and like if you have a super mutant in your group too, like they're not gonna let them into Diamond City. How do you handle that? No, that was just a
You guys
that really bothered me.
Quick rant.
Yeah, respect the lore.
I don't know. See, I think the biggest thing for me, honestly, with part of that is I would have to get over the first part of making like shtick characters. Mm-hmm. So like Ragnar or the Silver Shroud or characters like that. And then like after getting through all those, been like, maybe I should like make a character that I like my own character instead of all these other ones off of themed characters. It's kind of like how me and James are talking about like a One Ring campaign, and when you start thinking about it, you go, "I'll build Legolas, I'll build Gimli," and you're like,
"Yeah."
Well, what if you built you? Okay, like how would you build you?
Absolutely.
I have such a hard time with the One Ring stuff because that was my earlier hyperfixation. Like I've read those books many a time and the appendices and all that sort of stuff, and I'm like, where is it set? And when, and what are you doing, and what's your purpose, and like how are you affecting it? Are you doing the Ring stories? Are you like just in Rivendell? Like what's the vibe on that?
So it is the One Ring. If you're basing it off of the book that we have, it's before the ring is found.
So between when it was lost and when it was found.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it's with Smeagol or Gollum.
Potentially.
Yeah, it could be. It could still be in the river.
Yeah.
During that time, but that's interesting. That gives you a little bit, but also like, I mean, you could. Sorry, I won't go into it too much, but you could use a lot of like the orcs and stuff, like trying to attack certain things, but I'm so like true to the lore in my head and a lot of different things that I do that I'm like, but what can you do as a player to like be like to make it interesting for your players, I guess, like that, but it's also not going to break the lore that's also going on. And I'm like, maybe I just shouldn't touch it and have somebody else run it, so I'm not thinking about it too much.
This is when you kit bash and then you take Fallout and the One Ring and you and you go, how do I use both of these together?
And then your
Rivendell's been irradiated.
And then your head explodes.
Yes.
I don't understand.
All the elves in Rivendell are now elven ghouls.
Ooh, yes. So they're super intelligent and still can't die.
One of the things that I've loved, kind of like knowing that's kind of our like outlier, I guess. I mean, it's not exactly an outlier, but doing like the writing and stuff when we do Dresden Quest is whenever the Chartland Dragon would fly over and attack a town, it would be random. And it was like, okay, well, how does this affect the rest of our story? And if you were going to take different elements of bombs dropping in the Lord of the Rings universe, where does it fall? And how do you write the story from there? Because like we said, you make elven ghouls, but what if it falls like over Moria and the doors are like, oh, nothing really happened here, like
just close the door. It's fine.
This guard that was out at Durin's Tower, he's green, he's a super mutant kind of guy now, but we still love him. He's here. He's like John Henry and can like go through a mountain faster than all of us. So like how do you write the lore out of that? That's the fun thing.
It depends on who's dropping the bombs. If it is a mutual destruction situation, which is what happens supposedly in Fallout, I mean, you're taking out like Rivendell. You'd be taking out like Rodan. Sorry, I have all of them over here.
Yeah.
You'd be taking out Rohan. You'd be taking out Gondor. Like, just there aren't that many big cities, so it'd be easier to attack them. And then then it would fall to all of the people who are not in the big cities to sort of take over and then like rebuild society. So what would that look like with like having the horse people who are out in just farms take over Rohan, which probably wouldn't be too different, but like, you know, in Gondor, and how would like the peasants then like, okay, you get to go into the city for the first time ever and have to like rebuild and like decide what structure the whole society is going to have.
Can you imagine having to rebuild Gondor though?
You could.
Specifically Minas Tirith. Like, can you imagine having to rebuild that? Like, oh my goodness.
Also, how do you play Big Iron, which is a Fallout 3 song, with a lyre?
Yeah.
You recreate all those
Big
with
iron
just
on his
the
head.
razor. Exactly.
It's just a pot that he has
Just
on his
Oh
head.
my gosh.
So
and in that routine, what song does Pippin sing whenever he's at Gondor? At the thing, if it's Fallout based.
That's a great question. Let me think on it. I'll tell you by the end.
I'll get this. She's like, don't you worry.
I'm thinking it's bongo, bongo, bongo. I don't want to leave the Congo, but because that's just silly enough for it to be just sitting there.
So, Sneaker Dad Music asks, what's a game you've wanted to run or play on a stream but haven't had the chance yet?
Something I got very recently, which is the Magnus Archives game.
Oh.
Because I'm very into that as well. I've listened to it quite a few times, and I know I've read through it a little bit, but understanding like the way that the entities work and like how they interweave into people, I thought of a character that works within the spiral, and they are just an insomniac, and they are able to sort of project that like dizziness and like loss of reality onto people. I think that'd be very cool.
Ooh.
That system looks very fun. I have not gotten to dip my toes into it yet.
Yeah, that character sounds like it'd be a great character for cult too.
Yeah.
I love a good cult game. If you have a good game master that can run cult, so good.
I've also never played Mage, like the
old
Vampire
school?
the Masquerade. No. Like the Vampire the Masquerade Mage system in that. Because I think I played as a hunter very briefly, and then I've played as vampire, but playing as a mage, I don't know how it works in there as far as like what the magic system is, and I'd love to do that too.
So I've told this story on stream before, but old school Mage the Ascension, which is what you're talking about, used to have a disclaimer in the front of the book that said this book does not, like pretty much this book does not help, cannot be stacked with any of the other books within World of Darkness because Mage is so broken, like so broken. A time mage can do anything from 30 seconds to a month worth of time shift, depending on how strong the mage is.
Damn.
Yeah, it's and they can do areas of
Chronomancers are broken.
Oh yeah. But then you're
already walking in knowing Avada Kedavra. There you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have chronomancy, you have there's another one. It's like temporal. It's almost like a temporal shifting. So you can literally just like, this is now a gun. Like just, it's there. Like matter shift. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Mages are Green Lanterns with too much power. That's a really good way of putting it. You can think of it. You can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
If you have the right spheres. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. It's weird. It's such a weird system. We tried to blend mage when we were doing vampire LARPs for when I was in high school and college, and even the LARP version, it was like, oh, you just looked at that werewolf and he exploded. Like you didn't do anything. It's like, eh. So yeah, it's definitely a broken. I would say if you're gonna play mage, everybody's got to play mage.
Yeah,
play
yes,
like
yeah.
mage and then War of Darkness.
It's been benched right now.
What's that?
It's been benched right now.
Yeah, it has. I'm curious to see what's going to happen since we're on the conversation of mage. I'm curious to see what Paradox is going to drop at Gen Con this year, because there's a lot of revealing for World of Darkness coming out at Gen Con apparently. They did just do a weird crossover between World of Darkness and D&D though, so I'm wondering what's happening there.
Yeah.
So,
well, and they have had it out on the little builder thing that we use. That mage is over on the side that says "wait to be released" or something. Like it's not done.
Yeah,
but it's on there. So,
yeah, but that builder is, I think, a third-party builder too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not Paradox, or it's not World of Darkness owned. It's not none of those. So, last I heard in regards of Mage getting developed, the difficulty they were having was the state of the world keeps changing, which changes how the consensus would work. Well, my head just exploded because I don't know what that is.
I don't know enough about Mage to understand it. It sounds complicated.
It's complicated, but it's complicated in a story-driven way, not a mechanics way.
Yeah.
Because you can literally just do stuff. It's kind of the weird thing. It's more your own brain working with you.
Yeah. I like magic systems like that, but it does get very like, abracanuke.
Yeah, abracanuke. Done. And then can you dispel the nuke? Yeah, well, maybe. I mean,
I guess.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Is it like Mad Madam Mim and Merlin's like little thing from the Disney movie?
Yeah. I'm gonna be this. Well, I'm gonna be this. Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
kind of. But yeah, no, that's definitely the scenario I think that they're developing with that. Is there any other ones that you want to play other than Magnus Archives?
Greg Leatherman, I believe you had him on a couple weeks ago. He has the Doma Sky Tamers that he came out with, which is going to be launching soon.
Yep.
And I backed, and I love his game systems. And we got to play it on channel a while ago, and I love to run a game of that where you're just like out catching little guys, little pocket monsters out in the world.
Oh my gosh!
Upgrading them.
And the way that he explained it, it's gonna be like every person that wanted to play like a summoner or anything, or even like a druid with a companion, because everything when you go with it, it's not like this is your companion and this is you. You actually work together with your dice pool.
Yeah.
Which I love that aspect, that this creature, and if I change it out, this one may be strong attack. Now my attack is higher because we fuse ours together. Or I swap it out and I pick one that's really high in defense, and now my defense is higher because that's how our dice pool is made.
Yeah,
exactly. And like when you are picking upgrades and stuff, you can choose to make it stronger or make them more focused, like Charizard them so that they are mainly focused on the attack stuff and like don't actually care about you. But also the way excuse me, like electricity and technology works in that system is very, very interesting and cool, because they have Doma Sky that are technology based, and they basically like eat and feed off of like regular. So like nobody has a car because you can't, because all of the Doma Sky have like taken power away from it or like whatever. But like having a character or like a talent trying desperately to work with these Doma Sky to like, okay, stop eating my cell phone, please. Stop downloading porn. But yeah, that system is very cool. I also can't wait for all the cards, because they're gonna have a like he came out with a stack of all of the Doma Sky, and the way they upgrade and stuff, and like level up and evolve, whatever the TM correct word is for
I have to say that was probably one of the coolest things, having somebody on, because usually like we'll have people like come on, hey, let me run the game for you, and he goes, no, this is done and I'm gonna send you the link.
Yeah.
And he goes, when I send you this link, you can buy yours, but don't share this link. And then I was like,
got it. You got it.
Got it. But at least I can now buy this too.
Yes.
right?
Oh, I'm so excited for it. It like also like Greg just does like works with really cool artists, and they did so much with like the stuff outside of like the core book. They have like all of the like trading cards and stuff with it too. I'm very excited to get them, to get my grubby little hands on those cards.
It's a tabletop trading card game. This is terrifying.
Yeah.
Two addictions all together.
He's a smart man who's created all of these things for you to collect.
Terrible idea for everybody else's play.
And it will be just like Pokemon too, because there will be multiple regions that will be other expansions that come out.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's pretty awesome.
So cool.
Yes.
Right.
You can be like, oh, we're playing Series 2. Can I bring my guys from Series 1 over?
Yeah.
No.
Are they still still canon? I feel like
as long as we don't go into an issue with like actual TCGs, we're like, oh no, if you're standard, you only get the last 3 versions. Like you can't use anything before that.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, not doing that.
No, that was one of the cool ones too. I actually had to shoot from the hip on that because he hadn't played D&D in like a really long time. And so when he said what his like, favorite monster was, I said, let's just like, you can tell me what it is. We'll talk about it for 5 minutes. But I said, I really want to know, because we talked so long about Domuskai. I was like, what is your favorite Domuskai monster? And got it. He's like, go to my page. You can see a picture where somebody had drawn both of them together. I was like, this is so cute.
Yes, there's so many there's so many interesting designs in that too. Not to like fluff Greg's feathers all the time, but I will. Like if you haven't played Mystery Business, it's super fun. It's a Scooby-Doo version that he created. That's I believe it's like Powered by the Apocalypse adjacent. Yes. But one of the things is you can like complete a task by saying your like catchphrase.
Oh.
And I love it's jinkies, and like you succeed on the thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I just love that. But he like the creatures that are designed are so cool. Like one of them is like an anvil that grows up to look like a forge. And then like there's like a duck that becomes a fucking fighter pilot plane. Is like all of them are so
duck
cool.
That becomes a fighter pilot plane.
Yes, yes. And like little like necklaces that become like full on like neck pieces, or like a tiara that becomes a headpiece. It's all very cool. I want more. I'm so like, okay, but where's the third evolution? I want to see the third evolution of this one.
I need to see the max.
I had to be like, how come I don't know about this?
Sorry.
And he goes, well, if it didn't get to you, then there's a problem. I was like, there is a problem.
Yeah,
and I missed that one last week because I wasn't here, so
it was 2 weeks ago. It's when I had Sam on.
Oh, okay.
Classic Sam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Classic Sam. Oh, you have 2 Sams?
We do. We have. We have 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sort of.
Do we have a third?
Sort of. Yeah. Well, like Classic Sam is like friend of the podcast.
Yeah. We have Samster, who is like part of the team, and then Classic Sam, who has their own podcast, but we work side by side with them in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna put both of them up on stage at Gen Con. It's gonna be hilarious because they both
love that.
So
Sam. We have a Danny and a Danielle in a Danny and a Daniel in one of our games, which is super fun.
I wonder if it will be like our first thing of vampire, because Classic Sam's character is Cassandra, and we started like doing a tally, all of the people playing, because every time Samster would try and say Cassandra, he would put a different name to it or something, or be like Sam, and we were like, hey buddy, you're up to like 24 times that you've said this name. And he goes, I'll get it right by the end of
the show, I promise.
Do you guys do I know that you did the LARP for GaryCon or abouts for it. Do you guys normally do a lot of Vampire the Masquerade LARPing and stuff like that?
I haven't done.
Sam and I?
Well, you guys, you two.
Yeah. I haven't done
you chickened out and left, James.
It was not a chickened out. I had already been in 3 games. I was dying, and I hadn't eaten yet. But No, I haven't actually done any vampire LARPing since college.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I did old school where it was the bubbles. I can't remember what I don't know what if it looks
Like classic World of Darkness.
yeah,
Where it
classic
was,
World. Yeah, Masquerade.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I was
no,
called out, Sneaker. You're right.
that was my first one.
Mhm.
So, and that was one of the things that actually Bleak and I, when we were done, I said, Bleak, I said, you know, I said I need to let you see my character sheet because there were so many things that I could have done or not have done because of different things. And I was like, how would this work into LARP? Because some
Yeah.
abilities, I'm like, how does that actually work? And I said there were
Yeah.
some things I could do, but I said the only time that it would make a lot of sense to do it was when we had the big scenes where, you know, the main cast came in, was talking,
Mhm.
and I said I didn't want to ruin your story, so I said
Yeah.
Wonka's hands are kind of tied in that whole thing because I was like, I don't know what to do for that.
Yeah, I had a similar issue of like, because I was an NPC, but I also I didn't have all the answers, and I didn't have, like, I had tasks that I was supposed to be doing. So I was like, it was my first LARP period. And I'm like,
oh,
I don't know how much I'm supposed to know and tell people. Like, I played it off, I think, pretty well, but like, I was like, I would like to just know everything and not have to figure out the little thing. Like, as an NPC, I want to be like
aware,
making it good for the players. And if I am then spending time trying to figure out what's going on, which always with Bleak stories, there's way too, like, not too much, but there's so much going on that you're never gonna figure all of it out. And I'm like, I just want to know so that I can give me my information that I'm supposed to give out to the players. I'll be the NPC that stands there and goes, super hot in the desert. It's always super hot in the desert. Have you heard this? Like, let me tell you a little story.
That's funny. I had to ask him if any of y'all came up to him laugh afterwards, because I was like, Bleak, I'm gonna tell you, I'm pretty sure a handful of NPCs thought that you put in an extra NPC as a secret and it was me. And he was like, I could see that.
Yeah.
I was like, because every time I talked to somebody as Wonka, they were like, he's sticking to this bit. This isn't a joke. So
yes.
I don't see why
it was fun,
though. Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny.
I haven't done it. Like I said, I haven't done a LARP in a long time.
I kept telling people, I said, please just put your fingers up like cross so that we knew we were breaking scene. I was like, please just do it so you can have a good laugh.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because a lot of people, like, when they caught it, they were like, oh my God. And they broke character so hard. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun. I'm always, if you guys have never done this, I really highly recommend it, is a character dinner. So like, whether like getting together with your friends who are in your games or your players and stuff like that, and like literally sitting down to a meal in character and like having conversations and like just being like doing a LARP, but like just having dinner or, you know, doing a task or something like that. And that way you can like more embody the character as opposed to like most of us are on camera. I cosplay from the waist up, and like that's all, you know.
Yeah, that's all you get.
News anchor reading from the bottom down. But like, you know, being able to like physically stand up and like maneuver and talk to people and touch people, like that's why in-person games are so fun. They can get chaotic, but I think it's always a fun thing to do if you have not done that. Like if you're at a convention, get your table together and just have dinner in character.
Thursday night LARP dinner at Gen Con.
Yes. Do it.
Yeah, we're doing. We have an event that we're planning for Gen Con, or not Gen Con, for GaryCon next year.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be, and this is with my wonderful friend Alicia Marie. We are doing a My Little Pony Massacre pajama party. That's what we're doing. So the idea is everyone is getting ordered onesies, My Little Pony onesies. The game master is given red paint, and every time a pony gets hit, she's going to strike you with a paintbrush. And then at the end of the event, everybody's going to walk out into the lobby covered in red paint and onesies.
So if I show up
Incredible.
to our vampire LARP next year, wearing
Yeah.
red paint, you know
Got
what?
it.
You'll know why.
Understood.
Oh,
Understood.
my.
Yeah.
It was. I know James watches it. Do you watch anime?
Yeah.
So we're gonna quick topic. So One Piece.
Yeah.
And I was telling my friend, I was like, oh my God, reality's kind of setting in that I have to play this character on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And like I could get up on stage and talk, but I have to stay in character and play Wonka on stage. And I said, it's a little nerve-wracking. Like I'm trying to like mentally be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so he knew that, and we had already talked about that, and we were somehow got on the discussion of One Piece and characters' laughs. And he told me, he goes, well, if you need to, you just go up on stage as Wonka and you do a One Piece character laugh.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? He said I should do it as chocolate. Cha 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 cha.
Yes.
And I was like,
see, that's how you don't break character. Make other people break character.
Yeah.
Get to them before they can get to you.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
How do you laugh as your
That's what I did
character?
with Ian. I was like, he was the big guy with the sunglasses, and I don't remember his character name, but he was like the bodyguard, and I was like, I'm gonna make you break at some point during this. Yeah.
Oh, your boy Big?
Yeah, your boy Big.
Yeah.
My bestie. Love that man. Yeah, he was in the Kaiju Commandos game. He was okay. I have to say it out loud because it was never acknowledged. So I had a very diverse cast of people who were in it. All my friends, lovely people. They all chose their own monsters and their colors. I had no say, and I tried to avoid this, and yet here we are. RJ, who is Filipina, was the Yellow Ranger. Ian, who is a black man, was the Black Ranger. And then Zach, Secret, who played Ghidorah, was the Gold Ranger, and he is Jewish. And I was like, guys, we cannot do this. And they're like, oh, come on. If anybody says anything, I'm like, whatever. You have to say something. If anybody says anything about it, you have to say something.
Just lean into it. That's it.
Just lean into it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They did a great job, though.
Mind you, the Gold Ranger in the actual Rangers RPG is a lot of fun. Just gonna say,
I can imagine. I know that I did not play on the coloring aspect of it because our main ranger was green, and he was the leader. He was Godzilla, so
yeah,
he was the leader. But I know that the Red Ranger, they all mean different things.
Yeah, they have a different.
Yeah.
The cool thing is that though they have different meanings, you can still allow a different color other than red to be the lead.
Yeah.
We've had a Blue Ranger be the lead before in another game. I've had Yellow be the lead in another game. So yeah, it's definitely. And now with the newest, I think over 4 or 5 books, now you have turquoise and you have purple and you have orange and you have gold, silver, all these crazy different colors, some metallic, some not, and you're like, oh my goodness. And they all have their own little uniqueness to them, which has been a lot of fun. So
I just have to wait till it's my turn to be in one episode of Chuck's game.
Yeah. I mean, I was not supposed to be in any episodes, and then Ark had to step away for a little bit, so but
that happened.
Speaking of stepping away, we have it is about time for last call. So for those in the audience still, please, if you have another a final question, please drop that in the channel tonight. While that's happening, LB, where can they find you out in the interwebs?
You can find me at LB HackEmUp on Instagram and on Blue Sky. I'm Hackrecklessly here on Twitch or on YouTube also. The next time that I'm going to be live is tomorrow on Critic Chronicles, where I'm playing that little witch character, and her backstory might be revealed this week, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then on Fridays, Ren and I stream horror games. We are working our way through Reanimal, which is Little Nightmares people made that one, and it is creepy and kind of gross and fun. And then on Sunday, on Hackrecklessly, we will have the Slash game, or the TTRPG Slash, where we are doing Dead by Daylight. So we will have Sneakernet is going to be running that. And we have 4 survivors, Jacob Crow of the Crow's Perch. We have the Hype Goblin, Nuff of Abby, and who's the last one? Someone fun, I bet. I'm producing that game, so I'm just going to be sitting in the wings. And then Daryl. Daryl sucks at gaming. And then after that, for TTRPGs, we are going to be starting up a game of the Sprawl on Sundays. I'm going to be playing a demolitionist who's also a DJ. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be a couple weeks. And eventually we'll get back to Kaiju Commandos. So
blow things up.
Season 3, baby.
Cool sounds.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. Awesome. Well, for those that don't know, this is Tavern Talks. This is our weekly show where we get to interview amazing creators and guests all through the TTRPG space. Come back next week as another guest pops into the tavern. We find out what monsters they bring and what tips and tricks might be able to be brought to your table. With that, this is Last Call. Jacob, do what you like to do. Raise your glasses high.
I was waiting. Have
a wonderful evening, and we'll see you guys all on another episode of Tavern Talks. Stick around real fast while we raid some friends.